So, first question is, who's the greater philosopher? This thing down here, or this? And I think it's pretty clear it's Kitty right now. She's pretty much got the whole situation figured out. I listened to your talk again. And in some ways, I think you're a lot farther along than I am. You operate, or you seem to operate, with an awareness of a teleology. I've always fought the idea, and I just I wasn't ready yet for any kind of self-recognized teleology. That's the things you're talking about building from within and creating and things of that nature. I agree, and I am just beginning to see the possibility of getting to the point where I will have goals for myself, or I will have a recognition of a becoming that's directed to some extent and is going to come to something. But right now I am awash in I'm awash. I'm just sensation. I'm just feeling. I'm just pretty much going along from one thing to the next with no real... I mean, I'd be Socrates. Socrates and I would be very similar if I had a desire to reveal to people that they don't know anything. I mean, that would be my goal. But what would Socrates be without that goal, without that drive to, and without the inner voice telling him that that's what he's supposed to do? I think he would be me. He would just not really have much direction, wouldn't put his stake down anywhere, and just go with the flow. The philosophers, the Greeks, all of the Greeks that all the Greek schools that have read about so far, and it's these Stoics, the Platonic schools, and the Epicureans, seem to be geared towards getting people to be better human beings so some of them can govern. I mean, you think about those city-states. They knew, they probably could see there's a city-state was 40,000 people maybe. I'm not sure what the size was, but it may not have been any more than that. And of 40,000 people, you get to meet most of the people, the top minds and the driving personalities. So you get to see who's going to be leading you, who's going to have going to be responsible for your happiness, your well-being. And if you can have some stake in preparing those people who are going to lead in a certain way, well, there'd be a really big incentive to form schools and academies and track pupils and begin them on a course that you think is going to make them realize what the good is, because most of them seem to think, I think, that the good is not doing harm, not going after power, not going after money, not living a life of dissolution. So, and to have some compassion for others, to worry about others' well-being to some extent. So that's, you want to ingrain these ideas and principles in people so they don't become barbarous tyrants. And a lot of the leaders did become unhinged and unbalanced anyway, and I think Alexander had a lot of he was, according to this book, a good example of the way a leader should act and how he should be, and that was due to his Stoic training, no doubt, or his working with Aristotle. I don't know if Aristotle taught him Stoicism or not, but he certainly taught him about being a good ruler and a good life, and I'm sure that shared many things in common with the Stoics. So, but even he seemed to have some difficulty in that area, and when he died, all the people surrounding him, none of them seemed to have incorporated or internalized the basic principles that he operated under to be a just and good ruler. So, well, that's just some thoughts. I took some notes and will refer to them and maybe come back to this, but I am thinking a lot now about those early Greek philosophers, how they used philosophy, and thinking about myself and trying to see if I might want to plot a way forward instead of just living my life and not really having any plan. I mean, you don't really need a plan. I'm going to die, so that's the plan, and just try to get there as a decent human being. That's about as much as I've got right now. But I am seeing a personal trainer and working out and getting a program in one last attempt to whip this body back into some semblance of shape before I give up and just go completely sedentary and quit worrying about my body as a vehicle of health and well-being and mobility and flexibility, etc. So I'm preparing myself in case I come up with a plan that I will be in some shape to enact it. But yeah, so check out, see if our cat's made any progress on her internal discourse. Yeah, see, she's moved. She was pointing the other direction before. So at some point she got up and turned around and laid back down again. So yeah. So yeah, just a quick thing.